Welcome back to Spooky Storytime with me, Thoughtless Harvey. And today we have a story from an anonymous user on Reddit called The Whales on Garrison Bridge. I looked down to check my watch. It was getting late. I wished I could just leave the office and go home and relax. But I really had to get this paper done. I don't even remember what the paper was about. All I do know is that my boss is super strict on getting our work done, and at the moment I didn't feel like getting fired. It's not that I hate my job. Overall, I enjoy it, but I just wish things were a bit different at work. I'm not gonna get into that, because that's not what you clicked on this post for. Anyways, back to the topic. I quickly finished up the paper at around 9 p.m. I thought, whoa, it got late quick. I packed up my stuff and headed down to the lobby of my building. "Good night, Dave," I said to the security guard at the door. "Have a good night, Donna," he replied. "You too," I said as I walked out the door. It was pretty chilly out, so I got into my car quickly. I turned the heat on and put on some tunes for the road. I live outside of the city, near the woods, but not in them. A nice little cabin. It gives me cozy and warm vibes, which is what I loved about it. I decided to live outside of the city to get away from the loud noises and people there. Granted, it's not a big city, but it is pretty loud. 10 minutes in, I get to the Garrison Bridge. This is the particular part that I absolutely hate about my drive. I only had 15 minutes to go, and then I'll be home. But this bridge always gives me an eerie vibe. It's not a popular road. Most people tend to avoid this way and drive down a different road. But since I got out of work late, it was the closest road to home. This particular night, though. The bridge was different. There was fog everywhere. And not to sound cliche, but there was a full moon that night, which just maximized the spooks. As my car approached the bridge, that's when I heard it. A loud crying noise. Wailing, I guess. I couldn't tell if it were a woman, man, or baby. I'm a very anxious and scared person, so naturally when I heard that, my blood turned to ice. I literally felt the cold sweat run down my neck. And to make matters worse, the bridge is pretty long, and the speed limit on the bridge was 35 miles per hour. Not that slow, but not that fast. I tried to keep my speed at the limit. A few minutes passed by, and I brushed off the noise. Sure, it was pretty loud, but maybe it was just an animal in the surrounding woods or something. Then, of course, I hear it again. It sounded louder, even closer that time. And in that moment, I thought, you know what? I don't feel like dying tonight. I'ma just floor it. So that's what I did. But just as I finished crossing the bridge, I turned around to see that maybe I was just imagining things. I wish I hadn't, though. Standing in the middle of the road was a woman, dressed in a long reddish-purple dress. But her face, though, pale as the moon, long black hair, what made me wish I had never turned back to look were her eyes. I'll never forget those eyes. They were sunken in, all black, but I thought I saw something moving in her eyes. Guess I'll never know. I saw her open her mouth to let out another piercing scream, but by then I had driven off. So as I got home, after taking a long sip of some good old raspberry iced tea, I decided to look up the bridge and found out that many people have gone missing on that bridge. And apparently a rumor said some people decided to do some witchcraft or black magic and accidentally summon an angry spirit. They were actually trying to summon a demon, but what do you think sounds worse? Guess I'm not taking that road ever again. Thank you so much for watching/listening to this video. If you liked it, then, like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you to the anonymous user on Reddit for letting me read your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.